Hey, this is Dave with the Shepherd School, and I got a video here on the Glock pistol. One of the nice things about the Glock pistol is it's got a trigger reset. And before we manipulate the trigger, okay, so it's clear. Alright, so when you're firing the Glock, okay, fully out, see how much trigger play you have before you fire. Okay? Now, fire, side's gonna rack, right? You let your trigger off, bam, bam, right? Well, they got what they call trigger reset. If you hold your trigger back to the rear, which actually you can't help but do it because the gun's gonna cycle faster than you can manipulate the trigger. So it's going to cycle while your finger's all the way to the rear. So if you just practice releasing it slowly, that's how far it moves to the trigger resets. Okay? See how far if you let it reset. Click, bang. Okay? Click. Look how much farther the trigger could move by trigger reset. So if you practice trigger reset, you can fire a whole lot faster than you can otherwise. Alright? Now, that's pretty well known, but let me show you something that's not well known. If we disassemble our gun and take out the S-spring or the New York trigger spring if you've got one instead, and then reassemble the gun without that spring, and we assemble the gun without the trigger spring, see there's the S-shaped spring, the gun will still fire. Bang. Glock designed it that way. With trigger reset. But watch this. I take the trigger all the way out. I pull the trigger. Nothing happens. Right? It doesn't work without the spring. But if I hold the trigger all the way to the rear and I rack the slide, it functions again. Okay? Take my finger off trigger. Gun don't work. Hold the trigger all the way back to the rear like I'm practicing trigger reset. The gun works. So this is an acceptable method. As a matter of fact, it's taught at the Glock Armorer School as an instructor to teach your students about trigger reset, and as a shooter you can use it to practice your trigger reset, because if you're doing it wrong, nothing's going to happen. Okay? So that's all there is to it. And that's how Glock designed it. So, till next time, you can always catch us online, www.tngun.com.